Hi, are you a consumer of knowledge in general or a sports fan like myself who follows a lot of teams but don't have enough time to watch all the games and have all the information you need for all the games? So this episode is for you if you're that person who, you either work a lot or you just follow too many things that you can't do them all at one place because all at one time because it's just one of you. Well, I've been thinking about doing this episode and trying to find, the perfect way to do it. I just thought, you know what, let me just do it because I think whatever format I use, it'll still be useful for people out there. So speaking of myself, I'm a sports fan. I'm an educator. I'm a coach. Boys varsity soccer. I've coached recently for about the last 7 years since I moved to the States. I'm also somebody who lives in a different country to what I was born in, which is why I have a weird accent. I was born in Cape Town, South Africa. I live in the United States now, hence the little difficult to place accent. Long story long, I'm gonna do a quick Twitter tutorial here. Like, how do you make Twitter work for you as a listening device, more specifically, because that's who I've been most of the time I've been on Twitter. I just actually got an anniversary notification last night saying I've been on Twitter for 12 years. Hard to believe because if you look at my tweeting thing, like my tweets, I have like probably like 700 or something like that. It's still under 1,000. Some people I look, they have 10,000 or however many, lots and lots. Some people have volume Twitters. I'm not. However, though, I think this is a really cool tool to use when you are trying to decipher, the level of high volumes of informations that are out there to just basically exactly what it is you like to see and not. Yes, it'll involve a little bit of trial and error and whatnot. So bear with me. I'm going to take you through just these three things on this homepage, and then I'll show you another thing on how you can do a search to stay engaged specifically in the topics that you like the most. I'm going to be coming at it though from a sports fan lens because that's me. I love sports, football first. Also, now that I live in the States, I watch American football and I love basketball, NBA basketball. So, if you are somebody who also would like to learn about other things like hiking or whatever your favorite topics are, scuba diving, whatever, it's all in on this platform. It's just the tool is there for everybody. Whatever skills I show and share here, I'm going to do just a few because I don't want to talk for long. They're applicable across various topics. So let's start over here. On the home page, this is where I am right now. That's why it's blue. And you will find that here you'll have the topics of all the things that you're following. So these are all the things that I'm following and I'm seeing it live right now. So I'm showing you this thing as it's happening on my timeline at this moment. News about Manchester United negotiating for Jadon Sancho, and because I'm a football fan, I have a lot of these things. Cristiano Ronaldo. This is my home page. This is where all the different following accounts that I follow will have their information living, and it'll update every time. If you're on your phone, all you need to do is just go to the top and just there. You just scroll down and it refreshes and you have the information. And this is, a case in point. South African person just tweeted about something happening there, and I'm aware of it because I that's where most of my life was. And so anyway, long stories. So the homepage is where all your information is going to live from various accounts that you follow, except for sometimes you will have people who pay to promote commercials, and they will show up on your homepage too. But you'll be able to see this promoted sign. And you can just ignore those if they don't interest you. If they do, of course, you can click. There's a lot of clickbaiting tactics that people use and write a lot of BS that are, that is not actually what it is that you thought you were going to get into. So homepage is exactly that, okay? Very simple, all the things that you follow. But let's say then you haven't followed a lot of things. How do you get to that place? What I would say is type a lot of different topics that you want, and I'll get to that just after covering the explore and and the notification pieces and how they work, okay? So I'll show you how to find your community, at least how I found my community, see how it works for you. Sports fans especially, this is more like for me, my example is mostly based on sports, but like it again works across topics. So the explore page, basically it will take you to a lot of topics that have been designed. So once you've started following accounts, it will show you accounts that are publishing things like that are trending at the moment, whether you follow them or not. But it obviously has a very nice algorithm that kind of like understands what it is you like. So DeMarcus Cousins, basketball player, boom, showing up on my thing. Football, basketball, this kid plays for the Lakers, apparently was caught in Texas with some weed, lives in California. Weed is legal there, not legal here. He's probably here visiting family or something like that, and so he gets caught up. Anyway, long stories. You will see here that a lot of my timeline on the topics to explore is filled with sports, because that's how I use this, and I use it mainly as a listening device. I do not post a lot, but recently I have started posting more and more. So a lot of my topics that are made for me are related to sports. And then, of course, COVID-19 affects everybody. So that will be there. And, you can go and see whatever it is you're interested in as far as like COVID in your area or worldwide and all that kind of stuff. Trending. This will be a variety of topics, I would imagine. And this is nothing to do with what I follow. This is just like topics that at the moment are being spoken about the most on Twitter. So I don't know why this Sean King person is very big in terms of like people's attention at the moment, but he's being spoken of a lot. First Amendment coming up a lot around sports. So anyway, on trending, you will find like what is the loudest voice right now and what is it talking about. I don't go to trending a lot because I've already have my account set up to give me exactly what I need on time and on target. And if you want to follow news accounts as well, you can do that over there. This is the sports thing, but because of the way I've set up my account, I don't even come here. The news just comes to me. I'll show you that feature just now in terms of like, how do you get filter all the BS to get what it is you want, and then of course the entertainment news. So under Explore, you'll find a variety of mainstream topics, and then you can pick and choose what you want to see. If you have more time, you can do this. If you don't have a lot of time, what I will suggest to you is the following thing, okay? Search the topic you want. So for me, I follow Lakers, I follow other things, I follow NBA, I follow CNN, I follow all the news publishing companies. But at the same time, I also follow journalists, who write about the clubs and the ball clubs that I support. So if it's an NBA, I'll follow people like Brian Windhorst. I'll follow Ramona Shelburne. I think I follow Stephen A. Smith. I don't know, but I follow Shannon Sharp because, I do follow a lot of these people, but I don't listen to everything they say. It's just like it gives me like sound bites of what they say, and maybe if I want to go watch, and I'll watch a little bit more. So on here, I'm an Arsenal fan. So like I type Arsenal. This is one of my recent searches because right now there's a lot of like player transfers and trades and whatnot. So if I type the Arsenal on the page on the search, okay, this is going to link to notifications, by the way. Okay, so on here you can find on any topic that you typed over there, you will find the top accounts writing about that topic, the latest, the people related to that topic. For in this case, it will be Arsenal players and everybody who's mostly linked to Arsenal, or accounts that also like have the word Arsenal in their name. And then you'll find photos if you want to look at the photos, like this guy plays for Arsenal. The cheat changed because it refreshed. This guy used to play for Arsenal and was the Arsenal captain, played for 9 years. He's a legend there, Patrick Vieira. Apparently today it's his birthday. So you see, like I get all the information that I want, and it's all given to me in one go. If I type Arsenal, I get all the information that I want. This guy is unhappy at Arsenal, wants to be traded. So again, another topic, related exactly to what I've tailored my account to do. And then if I want to just watch some videos, let's say I'm bored, I'm waiting for a plane or wherever I am, I see the latest tweets on it. and you can find all the different things there. Okay, so by typing in the search engine the name of whatever it is you want, whether it's hiking or mountain biking, whatever it is you want to do, for sports, type the name of the team is what I would say, and then build it from there. And then under people, you will see who I follow and who I don't follow. So, under the people connected to Arsenal, these are some of the accounts that I follow. And then they suggest others based on like the accounts that I follow. But some of these accounts I've tried following and probably unfollowed them because I was like, BS. So that's how, this thing works. But obviously there's a little bit of trial and error. Like, you'll follow some accounts and you'll find out, these people are just here to clickbait and do all kinds of nonsense. Then you just ignore them. Okay. But for me, I tend to stick on the top thing. I don't use all the other tabs. I tend to stick on top, and I see basically here exactly what I want to see. But this is still very broad because all of these tweets are from anyone. So anyone on Twitter can, share information, and from anywhere in the world, and you can see it from wherever you are. However, what I like to do on this top accounts search, I like to go here, people I follow, because I've been here on 12 years. Over that time, I've started to have some people that I trust when they put out information. And so when I do that, it filters even more so specifically to my needs and the accounts that I trust. This guy does one of the podcasts that I like on Arsenal, and he's a football voice that I respect. So he's on there. Kickoff, case in point, is a South African football magazine that I used to read when I was a kid. Now they have a website version of it, and so I like to be in the know what's happening in my home country. And then, and so forth. It goes on and on and on and on. So it's filtered even more. And so let's say now I want to know every time Arsenal posts something, because, they will be the ones I trust the most. If a player has been signed, if Arsenal tweet about it, and that player is definitely going to go to Arsenal. Because, for example, in the transfer news, there's a lot of people who will say this player is going there. I know a lot of Americans, for example, Adrian Wojnarowski is the guy. They call him Woj. In the trading season, in the off season, everybody, you go there and you find his name. So anyway, this is how you do this. You go here, you click this thing. It'll tell me exactly next time Arsenal posts something, it'll show up here, and all I just need to do is to go to my notifications, click on notifications over here, and then boom, I get to see exactly all the things from the maybe 10 or 12 accounts that I've set up notifications for. Okay, so if I go notifications and I go over here, it's like 8 or 10 accounts for me that I want to know information as soon as they tweet. All right. So if you're a basketball fan, let's say, just to close out here, I'm going to type Adrian. I think I do follow him because he's a very reliable source of information when it comes to basketball. There, boom. I am following him already, and I click on him. And because the NBA season is about to be over, I will click notify me. Every time he tweets now, I'll get the news exactly at the time when he tweets about them. And so, yeah, it's just what I wanted to say to you is that, there's a lot of BS out there. You will get caught up in some of it sometimes. There's just no avoiding that. But, if you're a smart person and you knows how to decipher, what it is you're looking for, this platform is really, really cool for doing all those things and just, letting the information just come to you. That's why I recommend a Twitter account for sports fans, because you can find anything for free. I am a person who's also very, very keen on just watching the games and making my own opinions on things. And I like to watch a lot of TV. I'm a teacher on my summer break, and I'm not coaching at the moment, so I'll have a lot more time to watch things. But I understand that not everybody has time to always watch every single thing. And so because of that, this is a really, really cool tool to have in your toolkit as a fan. Because right now, for example, it's the NBA playoffs, right? If you, like me, watch the NBA and you watch baseball and you watch the Euro 2020 and there's the Copa America, this is for example, a time where there's just too much information, right? And too many games to watch, and you don't have enough time to watch all of the games. And so this is a really cool way to stay connected with all the teams you follow. At least, you are not having to pay for it too. So it's a very free, cheap way of staying in touch with all your favorite topics. And that's where I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to be releasing more and more videos on like how to build a sports fan toolkit. And so that's that. And because I'm doing this live, I'm going to follow this guy because I know he's a really good Lakers reporter, and this guy over here too. And these people are being suggested to me because now I just started notifying, like if I've been following him and I'm on his page, there are similar things that he talks about. So that's how you build your community on Twitter. And if you're one of those people who likes to argue and have and build an audience, this video is definitely not the one for you. But maybe I'll do one like that. You guys tell me what it is you would like me to do some more of, and comments and advice would be appreciated as well in terms of like what other things that you would like for me to cover when it comes to building a sports toolkit for the sports fan. I have some ideas already, so I'm gonna run with those. But as you watch and as you see, please give me some advice and some pointers as to what else I could cover. Cheers.